So today I have a really like 101 basic how to do this business, like from the beginning, really, really basic. I was trying to think of what the title would be for this video. And I came up with a whole bunch of them because I figured different people would relate to different of the titles and it would be different things that they'd be looking for. So I had how to add more people to your list. So if you have a list of potentials that you're talking to, but you're running out, how to add more people, how to fill your funnel. If you've ever heard that verbiage in network marketing, how to have more, because people always need to be in your funnel for you to have people to follow up with, right? How to widen your circle of influence if you feel like you don't have a ton of people in your circle and you don't have new people to talk to, how to get more potentials that you can talk to, all of these. But my favorite has always been this one, how to make new friends. How to make new friends, that is like the number one thing you need to know how to do in this business, because this is a people business and you need to be doing well at making new friends and talking to people, communication skills, and bringing value to people. And you don't do that without being their friend. So this video will be how to make new friends. And it's not going to always be about your business. This isn't always going to be about your business. And that's how you're actually going to be the most successful, is when it's not about you and filling your funnel, filling your potential list and all of that. You are looking for a way to bring value to people and for you to recognize that that person that you want in your business also has value to bring to you. It's a two-way street. It's why we look for people who we have things in common with. So if you are just starting out, you're brand new and you are like me, excuse me, and you were like me, I was scared to talk to new people about Plexus when I started. I actually started out by talking to, not like, oftentimes you hear people say they start out by talking to their friends and family, and I didn't. I started out talking to strangers because I was like, if they hate me or if they unfriend me or if they dislike something, then it won't be so hard if I get rejected. That was my thought process. Kind of weird now looking back at it. But doing that, I quickly realized that, and I literally only did this for a couple of weeks, okay? Because after that, I was like, this is dumb. I need to be talking to my friends and family because I care about them and I want them to have these awesome health results. So I got over that fear quite quickly because I realized it was kind of selfish of me not to be sharing that. But that was my thought process. Everybody has different like fears when they start out. But I felt like I recognized that if I'm only going to be talking to like strangers, like what I meant was like distant acquaintances, like people on your Facebook list that you don't really talk to, but somehow they're there. And I would talk to them first. And I realized if I was going to do that, okay, I was committed a whole year into this. I was going to talk to 2 new people every single day, have 2 new conversations. That was my goal. I saw other people doing it. I saw them succeeding. I saw their paychecks. I saw how they were helping people. I saw the testimonials of their friends' lives change, their health. And it was like, I could see the vision of what could happen. But I recognized if I was going to do my plan of only talking to like people I don't really know, and it won't hurt as much if they don't buy or don't respond or whatever, that I'm going to have to really fill my list. I'm going to have to make a list of people, and I'm going to have to always lengthen that list because I'm going to go through people. So it was just something. I didn't have a video like this to watch to tell me that. It was just something in my mind where I was like, okay, I'm going to have to find a lot more people. If I'm already talked to 10 people and I only have 100 people on my Facebook, that's not going to take me very long. That's not going to take me very long to go through that. So I need to always be adding people. So that was like a thing that I had in my mind from the beginning. I need to always be adding new people to wherever you're working on social media or in person. If you have a list, a paper list, which I highly recommend, you should always have a list of 200. That's my thing. Wherever you're doing it, Facebook, Instagram, wherever social media, and in person, you should always be having that list. But your goal should always be that your list is always long. So I highly recommend for you to go, I'll put it in the post, in the description here, a memory jogger that maybe there's people you've never even thought of. This helps you like jog your memory, to remind you of people that you may not have thought of. But the point here, when you're looking for new people to add to your list, is you're looking for people you have something in common with. That's the point. Anybody on this planet has a gut and needs these products, but the people that you're going to be able to communicate well with and actually bring value to and have a two-way street of good communication and good conversation is people you have something in common with. Like if you're talking to someone you have nothing in common with, the conversation is not going to go very well. Yes, you can offer plexus to them, but that would be more salesy. And that's what all of you always tell me you don't want to do. So if you don't want to do this salesy, you're going to have to come from a relationship side of this. You want to build a relationship with somebody because you can bring value to them, even outside of plexus, and recognize that they can bring value to you. So you're going to find people you have something in common with. One of my favorite places, and it always has been, is Facebook groups, Instagram, hashtags. If you look up things on social media, whichever ones you prefer, if you look up things that you are interested in, things you like talking about, things you like learning about, things that you like, you could talk about it without anybody asking you questions. Okay, whatever that may be for you. I don't know if it's like cooking or baking or farming or homeschooling or whatever it is that you love talking about and that you're interested in, you're going to find other people that are the same. The question is not where to find people. Truly, the question is not where to find people. Yes, you can find people if you're willing to go and search those things and see other people who are also talking about the same things as you. The question is not where, because there's people everywhere. It's not how, it's are you willing? Are you actually willing to start the conversations, to actually invest in this person? Are you willing to add people to your list as you're thinking of them? And are you willing to not be weird? Like, don't be weird about it. Are you willing to pretend like this person is in your living room or standing with you at your kitchen island and you're having a conversation with them about something? You're literally looking at it in front of you, this thing that you both have in common, you both enjoy, you both like, and you're having a conversation with them. Are you going to just be like, do you want to join Plexus in the middle of that conversation? Probably not, because that would be kind of weird. So have conversation about things that you enjoy and that you have in common with, so that you're building that trust factor. You're building that trust factor. It's genuine. This is not a fake thing. You're actually loving this thing. You're actually interested in what this person has to say about this. Your intentions in this is everything. You need to have clear and good intention on what you're bringing to people, the things that you have in common. So I think everybody's going to have fun going through what they love to do and finding other people that are that have that in common. You can be creative. You need to be able to have a, what's the word I'm looking for? A mindset of, the word has totally, I'll come back to it. Solution, that's not the word I was looking for, but you need to be able to have a mindset of where you're able to find a solution to your problems. Like, not, I just can't find people, I don't know where they are, and so I'm just not going to do it. You need to be able to do it. So somebody's probably going to go in the comments and say what word I'm trying to find, but don't be weird about it. Talk to people like a friend. If you don't know how to do this, if you truly do not, you've grown up not having good people skills, I would really encourage you to read How to Win Friends and Influence People. That is the #1 book that I would recommend for learning how to be a good people person. This is necessary. This is very necessary. It doesn't matter if you're introverted or extroverted. You need to be able to find value in friendships and how to do that well. So if you're meeting somebody, always ask them for their contact information. Always, 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 because they're not going to be able to talk to you afterwards. Like if you meet someone in person, if you're going to the grocery store and you see somebody like reading labels, I do this. I read all the labels, I read everything on there. And I see someone else doing that, I'm probably going to say something to them. Yeah, the labels are getting trickier to read because they got ways of putting things in there that are, yeah. So I'll start a conversation around that and probably ask them for their Facebook or their Instagram handle, and I'll probably open my phone, be like, hey, do you want to we can talk some more about this later. I have some articles and things I could share with you. Or I love people who are also crunchy minded and health minded, natural minded. I'd love to connect with you on social media if you're okay with that. And I probably type their names in so they can right away approve my request. I've done this lots of times. And I've rarely had someone that would say no, because we're already connecting on something that we have in common. And I'm not talking about my business. I'm not talking about Plexus. I'm not trying to get them in order to do that. I'm talking about the thing that we have in common, right? So it just builds trust, and it's lovely, because maybe this person never, if you have your mindset like this, maybe this person never joins your business. Maybe they never even buy the product, but you are lifelong friends on ideas for crocheting. You are lifelong friends, but the best ideas and how to bake the best cupcakes, whatever it is you guys are connecting on, maybe you're lifelong friends on that, and brings value to you because you enjoy that. So I have that kind of way of thinking of it. And then another aspect is when I make my list, I pick my favorites. Everyone that goes on my list are people that I do eventually want to have on my products, because I know it'll change their life. If it doesn't happen, it is not a desperation thing on my end. It is not ever a like, this has to happen. These are my potentials. I'm going to be investing in them and talking to them and hopefully bringing value to them, and also learning things from them. Remember this part. You're also learning things from these people because you have something in common. But I pick favorites because, and I put stars beside them, because I pick favorites because there's some people on my list I really, really want to work with. I want them as my future business builders. I can see us being on the beach in Hawaii together and having a great time. And so I pick favorites, and those are the people I'm going to talk to more often. I'm going to follow up with them more often. If a conversation starts, I'm going to spend more time continuing that conversation throughout the day than I would with anybody else. So I always pick favorites because those are the people I want to invest in the most. And then if you think of somebody, add them to the list. If you're thinking of somebody, I know people who have leaders on our team who have said when they started out in Plexus the first few years, if someone came to their mind, they would stop their car beside the road to add the name to the list, or to send them a quick message to be like, hey, I was thinking about you and I was wondering about this and this. I was curious about this and this, whatever it was that made them think of them in the first place, something obviously, probably something they have in common. And then they would go on their way. But successful people have a sense of urgency. They have a sense of urgency, meaning they don't have this, I'll do it later. This person came to their mind for a reason right now. I'm going to do this right now. It could take 20 seconds and you're done with that, but you add them to your list and you send them a quick message, whatever you have time for, one of those two things or both. And then the last is fortune is always in the follow-up. In this business, the people who do the most follow-up get the most people to sign up, because you need to be able to have people to follow up with. So that you need this list to have people to follow up with. You're not going to be able to follow up with anybody if you have not made your list, if you have not made connections, you have not made friends. Go out and be friendly. Go be friendly to people online, be friendly to people in the grocery store, be friendly where you are. Look up, look at people's faces, look at their eyes. Stop making your whole life just about you and what you need to get done. So it really opens up your world when you're recognizing that you're not the only person here. I know that sounds weird to say that, but I do know that a lot of people walk around living that way, that they're like the main character and everyone else is just like there. No, every person has their own life, their own needs, their own wants, and you have no idea if you don't have something exactly what they were asking you for. You don't know that. So don't be afraid to start conversations. Yes, sometimes you'll get rejected. Yes, sometimes people won't respond the way you think. But we are put here to connect with other human beings, to love on them, to bring value to them, because you have gotten gifts, your own natural personal skills and gifts and strengths that you have to share with other people. So in each of you have that. So I encourage you to go and make some friends, start some conversations. I try to start 2 new conversations every single day. And that's what all I had to share for today. The longer your list is of friends, the easier it is going to be for you to follow up with them. And the fortune is in the follow-up. So time to make some new friends, you guys. See ya.